2 weeks ago today, I just got back from a week of hiking in Scotland and I'd completely forgotten about this race I had. With 2 weeks, there was basically no time to train. Since then, I've done 3 runs and run about 15 kilometers. So have not done any training for this event whatsoever, but I'm still gonna try and get my PB. My current PB is 46:29 and nowhere near as fast as my 5K PB comparatively. If you've seen some of my other videos, you know that I spent 8 weeks trying to get a sub 25K, and I did manage to do that. You would think that the next logical step would be to get a sub 40-minute 10K. However, I haven't done any training for this event, and I haven't really trained specifically for a 10K before. So what I'm going to be trying to do is just beat my PB, which still is going to be a challenge. Today is a very hot day. They've had to get in extra water stations, but it's going ahead. It's going to be warm. There might be some ice lollies at the end, which I'll be very grateful for. The course itself shouldn't be too hilly. It's about 60 meters and it's going to be fully on the road. The conditions are not ideal, but seems like a great run. It's the Normanby 10K. I'm going to be wearing just the basics, t-shirt, shorts, got my hat, my ultralight hat, which will be serving me well. I have my toe socks from Decathlon as well as my Ultra Torrent 7s. Should get me through the race and should get me to a PB. I'm aiming for sub 44, so 22-minute 5K splits, but I'll be happy with a PB. I haven't done any training. If I can get under 46 minutes in the end, I'll be happy.
Oh, sure.
8 kilometers.
Right.
I've got 10.5
Got 20 minutes before the race starts. Feeling nervous actually now. I think knowing that I'm gonna have to push hard, push myself. I'm excited though. I've gone to the loo. I've had my breakfast, had some water. Pretty much done everything I can to be in the best condition possible. It's looking like it's going to be a nice day out. Some roads are closed, so it's always nice running on a road. Feels like a special occasion. Oh, I'm excited. The atmosphere is really nice. Lots of people dressed in bees. I'm not entirely sure, but I think some of the proceeds go towards supporting bees, doing what they do. Gonna try and get in a little bit of a warm-up, 20 minutes, and then we'll be racing. Sub 44, I'll be happy with sub 45. I believe my 45-minute dreams are over. Almost 4K in. My heart rate's almost 200. It's too warm. Not enough training. I'll keep pushing and I'll get what I get. I'm just gonna enjoy it. Sit back and enjoy the scenery. Just gonna run my own race. It sucks. Disappointing, but that's what happens when it's warm, you don't train, you get destroyed. Not even halfway in. Tricky. 5:25 pace and my heart rate 191. I can't even go much faster, otherwise I'll die. 8 kilometers in, just past a water station. It's a bit of cloud cover. I think it might be downhill from here. We did it. That was brutal.
Top work, Catherine!
That was a very hard race. Strangely enough, my body didn't feel that tired, but when I looked down after 400 meters at my watch and saw 185 beats per minute, I knew I wasn't going to get a PB today. I could hear the footsteps behind me of the 45-minute pacer, and after they overtook me in the first like 3 kilometers, I knew that there was no chance that I could keep up. I was pushing not necessarily that hard, which was strange, but my heart rate just kept creeping up to 195, 196, 197. So at some point I just decided to finish the race, not get injured, not have heat stroke, and just make it to the end. And I did push hard. My average heart rate was very high, but I'll go through all of the details and give a little race debrief when I get home and I can have some time to cool down. Got the medal, glad I did it, feeling grateful to be out here. The weather is super nice. I'm grateful to be in the shade now and just enjoy the rest of my Sunday. I'm back home now, freshened up, and looking back on that race, it was the worst conditions possible. It was fully on the road, and there was no shade basically throughout the entire run. And although looking at the stats, there was only about 50 meters of elevation, it felt like so much more. There was a long uphill, which was about 1.5 kilometers, where my pace just completely dropped off. I felt like I was constantly slowing down and my heart rate just stayed at the exact same level. Actually, throughout the entire race, it averaged 188 beats per minute, which is very high for a 10K race. And I had a look at the stats as well with my heart rate. 500 meters in, my heart rate was at 185. I don't know what else I could have done to try and keep my heart rate down, but I think a bit of the lack of training, lack of heat training as well, just meant that from the get-go, it wasn't going to be my PB race. I wasn't going to get 44 minutes like I wanted, not even 45, not even 46. I actually got 46.55, I believe was my final time. So not exactly the result I'd like to see, especially considering I can run a sub 25K. It's an event I'm definitely going to be coming back to next year. The atmosphere was just really nice. Everyone was so friendly. It felt like a really great event for a good cause. And at the end, massive win. Got a vegan cupcake, which is so rare, along with an ice lolly. It was just the perfect combination to have at the end of a race, with a really lovely medal as well. So overall, it was a really good experience. I didn't hit my goals, far from them, and I now know that the 10K is a distance that I'm going to have to come back and conquer. My 10K PB is 46.30, which I know I can get a much better time than that. So I'll probably do another 4-week series and see maybe just how far I can get in just 4 weeks. Right now, I'm 3 months out of my first ever High Rocks event. So I'm going to be throwing in a little bit of strength training, building up to that, and continuing to focus on my running. Make sure to follow along for my High Rocks journey, for my 10K journey, and just overall good vibes. Thank you again for watching. If you were there, you'll know just how hard that race was. Maybe you managed to survive it better than I did, but I'm just glad I made it out there with no injuries and I can continue to run another day. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay smiling.